In today's discussion, we examine a critical question: did Lao Tzu advocate for a policy of keeping people ignorant? Chapter 3 of the Tao Te Ching addresses three situations of widespread chaos: public strife, thievery, and inner turmoil. How does the sage resolve these issues? Let's first examine the original verse. By not exalting the talented, people will not compete. By not valuing rare goods, people will not steal. By not displaying what is desirable, people's hearts will not be disturbed. Thus, the sage's governance involves simplifying their minds, nourishing their bodies, diminishing their ambitions, strengthening their frames, always keeping the people without knowledge and desire, and ensuring the wise do not dare to act. By practicing non-action, everything is well governed. The verse's essence is clear: avoiding the glorification of talent prevents competition. Disregarding rare goods prevents theft. Not showcasing desirable items maintains public tranquility. The sage governs by simplifying people's thoughts and ensuring their basic needs. By reducing their aspirations while fortifying their physical health. The aim is to keep people simple-minded and content, without complex desires. Such desires often lead to trouble. This leads to the controversial term, keeping the people ignorant and desireless. This phrase has caused misconceptions about Lao Tzu's intentions, suggesting he favored a policy of ignorance. But is this a method or a goal? If it's a method, it's to prevent greater issues like conflict and chaos. The goal is a peaceful and content society, achievable by maintaining the simplicity of the people's knowledge and desires, as knowledge inevitably leads to desires. Contrasting ignorant and desireless with knowledgeable and desiring, rationality leads to knowledge. But what kind of knowledge? Correct knowledge leads to appropriate desires. Thus, the sage's desires, being enlightened, are undoubtedly positive and constructive. How do we discern correct knowledge? Lao Tzu posits three levels of cognition: distinguishing, avoiding calamity, and enlightenment. Most people stay at the level of distinguishing, which inevitably leads to desires. Recognizing what's better leads to pursuit, which can result in problematic desires if based on biased cognition. The second level, avoiding calamity, involves restraint and caution based on broader understanding and historical awareness. It's about avoiding pitfalls by not showcasing one's advantages too early. The ultimate goal is enlightenment, where cognition becomes illumination. Enlightened, one's perspective on life changes fundamentally. Chapter 3 concludes with the wise being cautious in their actions. If the populace is kept simple in content, even the wise cannot exploit them for personal gain. The summary: by practicing non-action, everything is governed. Lao Tzu's aim is for the sage, an enlightened ruler, to govern effectively. The principle of non-action in governance appears passive, but is profoundly effective. It's not about inaction, but allowing things to naturally progress and align. Lao Tzu's third chapter offers insights into his approach to governance during chaotic times. He proposes a seemingly passive strategy to ensure public well-being and societal harmony. This unique approach, relevant to his historical context, does not equate to advocating an ignorant populist policy. From Chapter 3, we learn that while we cannot literally return to a simpler society, we can apply Lao Tzu's wisdom to personal development. Consider if you're caught in chaotic thoughts or desires. Can Lao Tzu's teachings guide you towards simplicity and contentment? As Descartes suggested, keeping our desires within our capabilities reduces life's complexities. Lao Tzu is not promoting anti-intellectualism or an uneducated populace. His goal is societal harmony. How do you interpret Lao Tzu's philosophy in this chapter for your personal life? I'm eager to hear your thoughts on applying these ancient teachings to modern living. Thank you, and see you in the next chapter.